All right, all right, all right. Let's go. What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Ticket Deshawn of All Things Ruthless, home of the Ruthless Addicts, and we're here to talk about Caught Up. Okay, y'all know that Usher song. But anyway, we got, of course, I had to do this. I had to bring along my girls. I appreciate them for coming. But first of all, I want to introduce you guys to the one and only, introduce the song, present to others, the one and only EJ, the TV junkie. It's your girl, EJ. What's good, EJ?
Hey girl, hey everybody. We caught
Okay.
up tonight.
Okay. All right, y'all. And this lady, I know she got a YouTube channel. We gonna rock with her though. She coming cute today, y'all. She got a whole different look. I'm with it. I am with it. What's up? It's your girl Candy Love. What's good?
Hi.
Hey girl.
Okay,
I like
loving
it.
it. Loving
They'll
it.
be off. They'll be off by about 20 minutes.
Okay, okay. All right. So I know the majority of the audience is accustomed to us gathering on Sunday to do all the Queen's Myths, but since we're on a little bit of a hiatus, I thought I'd take out the time to discuss this new show entitled Caught Up. Now, this show stars Jasmine Brown. I don't know if a lot of you, I know about 99.9% of you guys watch Zatima. Well, she plays Deja on Zatima. And so now Sis has been doing some writing and producing, and she has her own show. So when, first of all, EJ, when you saw that Jasmine, also known as Deja, was going to be having her own show, what were your thoughts on that?
Actually, you were the one who told me that it was her that actually that wrote this along with her and Tyler Perry created this, that she was the driving force behind it. And I was like, okay, so I was excited to hear that she did that. I thought it was dope. And I think it's amazing how Tyler Perry gives so many people, a chance to really show what they can do. I ain't gonna lie though, it was a little hard looking at because I kept calling her Deja, but now it's weird because now when I see Deja, I'm like Jazzy. So it's weird because I think this
Mhm.
role fits her. I like it.
Absolutely. What about you, Candy? What were your thoughts on it?
Well, I didn't know what EJ was talking about when she was talking about Caught Up. She was like, it was really, really good. So I was like, okay, let me give it a chance. And it was like, as soon as it came on, maybe the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, EJ, this is a good show. I am on to the next episode. Like, I couldn't stop watching it. It was very, very good. I was very proud of Deja because in Zatima, of course, she's not my favorite, but I am rooting for her in Caught Up. I am very proud of her. She did a very good job. I did not know she was producing or she written or whatever, but she did a very good job with the show, and I am so proud of the people that Tyler Perry offers opportunities to. So no matter what people say about Tyler Perry, he does give people opportunities to do
Absolutely.
That
big
part.
things, in major ways.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's shout out to the Junkie fans, the All Things Ruthless fans. Shout out to the one and only VKJ, y'all. What's good,
What
Jay?
up,
Thank you for
Jay?
coming
What's
in
up,
with us.
Jay? The
Okay.
voice.
Shout out to Tina. Hi, what's good?
Hey, Tina.
Okay,
Hi,
okay.
Tina.
All right. So thank y'all once again for rocking with us. If you're new to any of these channels, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then go ahead and tap that notification bell so that you can receive reminders for any new content from any of these channels. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on into the very first episode, which was entitled "Please Don't Judge Me." Okay, because that's what I felt when I saw that title. I was like, I'm feeling a little Chris Brownish right now. I hope they don't copyright me or nothing for saying that, but that's what I felt.
You
So,
won't. I've been singing all week. We were reviewing New Edition, and I've been singing Bobby Brown and New Edition all week. You good? Trust me.
okay, cool. Perfect. All right. So when we first see Jazzy, we see that she's in this new house with this man. And I'm thinking, oh man, that's so sweet. This dude done bought her a house, and she's like all surprised and shocked. Then we find out this ninja got somebody on the other line that has taken her from the house or taken himself from the house, left her there, and told her to call a car. So when he did that, Candy, what were you thinking? Like I was like the balls, you know what I mean? But what were you thinking?
At first, I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet." He bought her a car, and then the phone ring, and it was like, "Hey, babe, such and such needs some diaper rash." I'm like, "Hold, what? Press pause. What? Huh?" So we got a whole okay. I'm like, "All right, Deja, what have you gotten yourself into?" I'm like, "Okay, all right. This is called caught up. So, all right, we finna be caught up."
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, EJ, we head over to after she finally makes her way back home. We head over to her mama's house, her mama and daddy's house, where we see this Jamaican couple, and they're sitting there and watching church, quote unquote, church on TV. And what were your thoughts on the parents? Because I'm like, girl, you really staying there with them like that? Like, what were your
Girl.
thoughts?
Girl, first of all, this mama crazy, crazy. She is something else. I was like, oh, okay, I would have been had to move out. Now I understand why, why you doing the bottle girl thing. You got to go. Daddy cool though, but mama is something else, boy. She's something else.
Yeah, Mama was just like holy roller, and probably knowing her, she probably was a big old freak back in the day. And got the nerve to try
Girl.
to keep her baby or keep her daughter, like try to have her under a leash the way that she has her. But
Mhm.
the funniest moment was when Jazzy received a phone call from her cousin Toya straight from the pen, y'all. And I absolutely loved this moment because it gave us a contrast as to Jazzy versus Toya. So we got to see her play out a totally different character than what she was portraying in her starring role. So if y'all love Toya in these comments, just go ahead and throw let's see some prison bars or some telephones or something. But what were y'all vibe? What was y'all thoughts on Toya? And we could go ahead and go with EJ.
I love Toya. Toya is like one of my favorite characters. But what I actually like the most is I like the range. We only get to see, we've seen her and most of us relate her to Deja,
Right.
and then we get to see her play these two different characters that are totally different. And it just goes to show that, that this actress, not only is she doing a good job with that she do a good job at creating such a interesting show and the way that they presented the show, but she also has a little bit of range. What I'm saying? She can do different things, and I liked seeing this. I thought this was dope. I had way more respect for the actress Jasmine Brown after seeing her tackle both of these roles.
Right. Right. What about you, Candy?
Yeah, when I first saw, I'm like, "Is that the Asia? Is that her?" I'm like, "Hold on, is that?" Okay, it
That's
sounds like her. Kind of
Jazzy,
look like.
Candy,
I'm sorry,
Jazzy.
Jazzy. I'm like, is that? I know. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay. I see it. I liked her. She was the height lit extra cousin turned up for no reason because you can't do nothing. But I liked her. I liked her.
Fact. She definitely, it was hilarious, the comments, because people were like, if does she have a twin? Does she have a twin? No, Jasmine Brown is just talented enough to give us more than one character in the same freaking series. So I'm proud of her. Like, I'm like, girl, you like that cousin that everybody got, that one straight up cousin that's gonna tell it like it is. And of course, just like you said, EJ, she's locked up, so she don't have no butt time on her hands to check in on her cousin, listen to what her cousin has going on. And so at this moment, she's telling Jazzy, or Jazzy is telling her, girl, this man bought me a house and so on and so forth. And I'm just like Jazzy's like ready to get out and move in. She don't care who bought the house. She's just ready to get out of jail and move in. And again, if y'all don't know, she plays her cousin. So Toya is actually Jazzy's cousin.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh,
again, this is
feedback
her
coming from
talking on the
somewhere.
phone, and the faces that she's making is just out of like crazy. But then it's about time for her to go to work. We know that she is the bottle girl. We'll see that a little bit later, but we know that she's the bottle girl. But she's the bottle girl at this moment with a few needs, and she's in the bathroom handling some womanly business, and her mama comes and knocks on the door. Jazzy, are you brushing your teeth? When are you gonna be done? Because I need to be I need it to be quiet so I can do my Bible study. I'm just like, mom, tap out. Please go sit down somewhere. Jazzy, when you get done, give mama that toy.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. I was trying to see where the feedback was coming from, but I think it's gone now. Okay. Yeah, that was funny to me. I was like, girl, you know you need your own place. You know you need your own place right about now. But it's so funny because you know her mama knew what was going on. She
Right.
knew what the deal was. Mama knows she a freak too. You right. Mama is a
Okay.
freak. She know.
I'm telling you, I don't know why Mama treated her like that. She be getting it in too, but she thumping that Bible. Nothing against people who got their Bible situations, but yeah, Mama was doing a whole lot. So a
Okay.
whole, a whole lot, a whole lot. Shout out to Daddy, even though he was talking about how much makeup she had. Why do you gotta have on so much makeup? Well, she does work at a nightclub, so she gotta, be properly dressed or makeup
Exactly.
made up, So
Even her
um,
mama said that. She knew that
right,
much.
right. That was the one time she did say something somewhat generous, in defense of Jazzy. So then, of course, we get to the club. We see Jazzy. Again, we find out that she's the bottle girl. Um, just like any work environment, there are going to be one or two people that you're cool with, and then there's that hater. So I thought that moment was cool. They introduced us to uh three new characters plus the manager at that
Yeah.
time. I hope now I'm gonna just say this: they didn't really dive into the backstory of these extra ladies. So again, this thing is like um it's being narrated by Jazzy. However, it's like her perspective. So I feel like this is like everything that she thinks, she says,
Hmm.
or she sees. Everything is from the character Jazzy's perspective.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Which it would be interesting to see if they ever, I mean, they have a lot of ways that they could go with this, which is the cool part about it, since they're doing this whole thing from her perspective. I mean, they could flip episodes every now and again where someone else takes over and we see it from their perspective, especially to see it from Wayne's perspective would be so interesting to know what he's actually thinking, because everything that she's telling us is, like you said, from her perspective and what he's told her and what, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I would love to see that.
Right. Right. Okay. So then, of course, this is where Jazzy meets Wayne. She meets him in the club. We know Wayne. We apparently he's somebody special. They don't initially give it to us right away, but he is someone special. Now, I want to say this, and I'll go to Candy. I don't know if you guys remember, but Wayne, he was that. I don't know if y'all remember on the very first season of All the Queen's Men, he actually worked for Concierge, and his real name is like Doobie, and I cannot pronounce that last name right now. But
Hmm.
Okay.
he was
He,
actually the Joey before we actually got a Joey. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So he
he
worked
kidnapped the
for
father. Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah. Okay. I
I
know. I'm
know,
like, I
girl.
know him from somewhere.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us about the part where Candy, where Jazzy meets Wayne in the club, and then at the end of the night he gets her phone number. He sends his cousin back in to get the phone number. Let me know your thoughts on that interaction between the two of them.
Well, it was funny in the beginning because she was like, okay, well, like she didn't want to do it or whatever for whatever reason. I don't know why. She may have been intimidated by his size or something. And then she went back and got the bottles, came back with the stone face, like she didn't want to do like she didn't want to serve him or whatnot. I don't know. But then she turned around and was like, I hope he's not looking at my butt. He's not looking at my butt. Of course he's looking at your butt. It's out. But of course, she's a beautiful girl, nice body and whatnot, and she liked what she saw, of course, and she, gave the cousin her number. I don't think she liked giving the cousin the number. I can't really remember that part, but I know that was an issue. But of course, they ended up going out the next day,
Yep.
and it was on and popping from there.
Yeah. Do you think, EJ, do you think that $3,000 tip had something to do with her going out with him? Just like
It is
Candy said,
right.
she was expecting him to come back, but it was the cousin who came back for the phone number.
I don't think that it necessarily had anything to do with the reasoning why she went out with him. I think from the moment that she met him, she was kind of feeling him, but she was trying to play it. You know, you don't want to put it out there. Like, you got to play it low key. You can't be looking thirsty and stuff like that. So, I think that she was just trying to play it low key, but I don't think it hurt.
Right.
I definitely
Hey,
don't
it
think
did not hurt. Not at all.
Right.
That was a big
Part.
tip.
Okay, 3,000. You know what I can do with 3,000? Anyway, we'll
Okay.
talk about that later. But
Right.
yeah, that tip was nice. That tip was nice. So just like y'all said, they end up going out on their first date. Now this part was funny as I don't know what, because she was like, "Girl, you know you ain't took no bath. You can't be like her mind, her thoughts that be coming out loud are hilarious. Girl, you know you haven't taken a bath. You can't be having this man. Anyway, what?
It's real.
Right.
Those
that
are
was
real thoughts, though.
it was funny, but it was so real. Like that's like
Mhm.
you that's like what you would be thinking in your mind. Like you got to be thinking about all of that. So as much as she wanted, to do the do, she had to pull back. She like, we ain't
Mhm.
finna do this.
Right.
Yes, she had to dial back a little bit, but that was true to life, though. It was true to life.
What up, Tamika?
Hey,
Thanks for
Hi,
hey.
coming through.
Tamika.
Yep. So then we see this particular moment, and we're at the end of episode 1. We see this particular moment where Jazzy's mom has made her and the daddy breakfast, and they're talking, and she sees in the newspaper something that literally disturbs her, and she curses out loud, and her mom slaps her. So I'm like, dang, mom, you like that's how Jamaican moms doing it. Y'all swinging them folks still. Jessie got to be at least in her late 20s, early 30s, and you swinging on the girl. Like, dang, that's what we doing. So somebody tell me, just help me feel sorry for. I feel sorry for Jazzy as it is, but like that whole mama scene,
Oh
it was
yeah,
just too
mama.
much. This is the one I want to talk about though. This right here,
Man,
this
that
was
would
the
be
article in
hurtful.
the paper.
Be hurtful though to learn about something like that, because it's one thing to be a side chick, but it's another thing to be a side chick and don't know you a side chick. That's a whole different feeling right there. Not that I personally know, just want to put that out there, but I'm just saying that has to be a hurtful thing to find out something like this, because as we're gonna learn, he's not treating her like a side chick. He's treating her like the chick, like the main chick. And so, I mean, it's like your man just cheated on you, even though technically he cheated on her with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
but
right.
for
Mhm.
her, it was in reverse. So, and Mama had that hard pimp hand. I ain't gonna lie to you. She like, I said, "Woo, dang, hard."
Yeah,
But yeah,
that
I
was
felt
tough
bad
right
for
there.
her in this moment,
Mhm.
because what do you do at this point? You're connecting with this person and y'all seem to be hitting it off really, really well, and she done fell for him hard, like really quick and hard. You know what I'm saying? And now, boom, now she said yes. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Now I see why she got up.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Shout out to Stay Tuned Reviews. Thank you for tapping
they gonna
in.
stay
Stay
tuned.
Tuned Reviews says side chicks are like part-time workers. They are needed in society, but they don't get the respect that they deserve. Wow.
Yeah, how are they needed? Stay tuned. Please enlighten us.
Oh my
How are they
God, that's
needed?
hilarious. I,
They
I,
need to put a
I,
drama, maybe.
They got to balance the world out. What you talking about,
Yeah, for the
Candy?
drama.
They're here to
yeah,
balance things out.
Mm.
yep. So then we go ahead and move into episode 2, right versus wrong. And of course, Jazzy, she's hurt. She sees this article in the paper. Now, after her mama has already swung on her, then she got this bad news. Then she got swung on by her mama. So now she's just like in her room and soaking and just like trying to figure out A from Z. And he, out of all people, is trying to call her. And I'm like, dude, like, why? Like, why all of this? You made her feel so special. You treated her like a queen, but you got a situation. So, was there any curse words or any expletives that y'all needed to throw out at Wayne for what he has literally this caught up situation that he has put Jazzy in?
Yes, yes. I call him out, like OT says, I call him a lot of superlatives. And because he deserved it. Like, you treated her like she was the one, the only one, other than you having a baby's mother, your child's mother, which she wasn't your child's mother. She was your real life girlfriend, which turned into your fiance, which means you felt a way about her to propose to her and make it public. So it wasn't just she's a low life, not low life, but she's just a lowly baby's mother. She meant something to you for you to propose to her in one way or another, even if it's just for publicity. But I mean, you got Jazzy over here feeling like the scum of the earth now. You got her feeling bad and low, and she's sad and sulking and everything. And he was just all kind of dirty dogs and a lot of superlative words. Because he was treating her like she was the one, but she was not.
Damn,
that irked my
honestly,
spirit.
I'm gonna play Tika in this moment because we all need a Tika in our life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to play her right quick. I wasn't like giving him any I wasn't saying anything bad about him. I just really wanted to hear his side of the story. Like, I wanted to hear why he went through all of this trouble to not tell her, to when he could have been straight up about the situation, knowing that she was going to see it, knowing that it was going to come out. So I wanted to know, like, why. Like, I had to know what the other part was before I made any official judgments and said anything. Just like, before I call as what can he say, any superlative. I can't yeah, it ain't coming out. Before I called him any bad names, I said, let me just wait and see what he gonna say. What you gonna say, Wayne?
Yes,
got to say. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I kind of had a soft spot for Wayne for like most of the show. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, dang. One minute I'll be like, dang, Wayne. Then the next minute I'll be like, dang, Wayne. Like, that's how I was throughout the whole thing. It was sad.
2.2 seconds. That was it for me.
I was
back and forth
mode. I was in full judgment mode. Like, how dare this girl in there? Nothing against nobody. There's nobody wrong, but like, how dare you put this girl in this situation? Like, you knew that you were married or that you're in a relationship. You tried to talk about this 3-year-old child that you have. I'm gonna get to stay tuned. I think stay tuned over there. But you're in this relationship with this 3-year-old. You got this 3-year-old child. At least tell Jazzy and give her the option as to whether or not she want to be a part of this.
Right.
She could have been like, okay, as long as I get the perks, then I'm good. But for the most part, he kind of threw her in a crazy situation, and I just didn't feel like that was fair of him to do. So now he looking all pitiful and trying to call her, and she's not answering because look what he put her through. Real quick, stay tuned. Reviews. Oh my God, this person went to the Bible.
EJ,
The Bible
you got your
says
cup.
God loves a cheerful giver. Who gives more cheerfully than a side chick? A side chick is a lover, a confidant, and therapist all in one. Some side chicks even keep relationships together. My God.
Hallelujah.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Shabba dabba doo.
Okay, we gonna move on. Because
listen, hold on before we move on, because I'm playing another devil's game before we move on. Listen, Stay Tuned got a little bit of truth in that. I'm telling y'all, there's always a little bit of truth and a little bit of something. Seriously, like there are some in theory, we just being honest.
Tell it. Tell the house
100% honest. There are, some side chicks that do keep relationships together. There's some people that got side chicks and they know about it. Like it's like whole, situationships. And sometimes, like you can go be with your, this ain't in my house. Let me put this out there. But you go be with your side chick, then you can come back and they just kind of balance things out. Like, it got a little truth to it. It just depends. Now, when you got a side chick and that, the other person don't know about it, that's where the problem comes. You got to be honest about these things.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
True
if all
indeed.
parties are aware of the situation, then that's different. They will balance itself out. But since at this moment, nobody, not the holy, my God, I'm not fooling with you right now. Stay tuned reviews. You are off the chain. You don't went to a whole holy. Anyway, I'm about to shout. They trying to shout. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, so
hey, Facebook user. I don't know your name.
Facebook user. If you're if you're tapping in over from Facebook, there's a link up above that says click this to give StreamYard permission just to use your name. I would love to see who I'm talking to, or you could just type your name in the comments. But thank you so much for tapping in. Let's get this Holy Ghost word out real quick. I ain't know.
Bishi washabadu and a yabadu.
Stay tuned. I'm sick of him or her.
Won't he do it? Yeah, he'll do it. But
it's Patty. It's Patty G. It's Patty G. We know Patty G.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
All right. So thank you for tapping in again. So anyway, this section actually dives in to we get to know a little bit more about his wife. We know that they met in college. She met him. They met each other in the bookstore. Of course, they gave that little eye. He was looking at her. She was looking at him. There was an automatic attraction. And then this happens. They end up at a party. And then they have their bathroom moment where she looks nice and innocent, but everybody got some freak in them somewhere. So this is what goes down. And I don't know how much longer I can keep this picture up here, but who want to go first and talk about this situation?
Girl, he like bathrooms. It ain't enough said. He like them bathrooms.
Yeah.
Now, this particular episode in the beginning, when they were talking about her and like why he cheats is because she's had this little baby and now she's giving she's giving more of her time to this baby and not really giving him any attention. It's true. It's a real story. It's that's the excuse that some men will use to cheat. I just didn't like how they tried to kind of make it seem like it was all the wife's fault. Like, she's tired. She got a brand new baby. Like, it's a lot of reasoning probably behind why she even wasn't trying to give him none. I mean, I know as a wife, you got to do your wifely duties. I understand all of that, but I just don't like how they dove into almost like making it seem like it was her fault because she's not giving him any at home, instead of kind of diving in more to see why she's not giving him any other than just the baby, because there's got to be more to that. So what were y'all thoughts on that particular setup? And we can go with either one of y'all.
Oh, okay. I was waiting on Candy. I thought she
no, go ahead.
Oh man, this is such a two-folded question, just because, I can look at this from both angles and both sides. There's never a reason for anyone to cheat on anyone when it's all said and done. If we're just being real, I'll be trying to be funny, but if I'm just keeping it 100% real, there's no reason for anyone to cheat on another person. If you're going to be in a relationship, be in a relationship. When you don't want to be in that relationship, let the other person know and just walk away from that relationship. That's my stance on cheating. I think cheating is wrong. However, as it relates to this story, Jazzy and Wayne and all of the above, I kind of understood from both perspectives. Just looking at it from the perspective of him, there were things that his wife used to do that she stopped doing, and those were the things that kept him engaged and kept him, like those were the things that made him fall for her, and it didn't seem like they were just saying one thing. It seemed like we kind of focused in on that, right. But the way Jazzy is narrating the story, it's like it was more than that. When we saw her in college, she was a little different. You know what I'm saying? The way that she was with him. And it's like those same things that you did when you got him. Sometimes you have to, I ain't gonna say sometimes, you do have to continue to do those things. Now, in theory, yes, someone has a baby, they go through something, they tired, all of that type of stuff. But that's when communication and conversations come into play. The way she talked to him, she didn't have to talk to him like that. She could have had a real conversation with him that went something like, babe, I'm tired. This, like she could have explained these things in this loving, gentle way, but instead it came off with this attitude and like, get the hell away from me. And I think therein was the problem. There's no communication. And y'all know how I feel about communication. Communication is key to everything.
Correct.
And those are my thoughts. But at the end of the day, cheating is still wrong regardless. But I am trying to look at it from both angles and both sides.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, from what we see, from what he's told Jazzy, we only see the side that he wants her to know, which is the wife, girlfriend was tired, always, looking like grandma, I guess, in granny panties and whatever, I don't know.
Right.
Not appealing to him. And then now she's a mother, of course, so she's tired. So she's like, now now he wants to pull on my other, boobie. So it's just, she's tired. I guess communication is key, as EJ said, but she didn't communicate that to him, how she really, really felt, which is detrimental to the relationship. And that's to any relationship, no matter what kind it is. It can be, marriage, between you and your children, friendships, work relationships, anything is always communication is key. However, we only getting the side that he wanted us to see. We don't know what else was her reasoning for not doing what she normally does. I mean, sometimes you can get caught up in life.
True.
And life happens, and you just tired. I've been there with my own relationship. We had a daughter, and it was, hey, it's all about her. And I'm not thinking about you because I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Now she wants to pull on my boobie, hey, I get it. So, I mean, it's rough.
Yeah. And I get that. And I think that's exactly what the problem was. Like what you just said exactly is that, people are tired. Like women, we have children, we're tired, and then we have all these responsibilities that, that we just have, as women, we have all these responsibilities. But for me, it just always come back to communication and communicating that with someone and not communicating it in a way where you make the other person feel a type of way because they're wanting something that you've been giving them, but now you're taking that away from them. You're taking it away from them in a sense of you're not even giving them a choice in the matter. You're just taking it away from them, but you still expect them to be completely faithful. And once again, I'm not condoning cheating. I'm just saying that I can understand how it can creep into relationships and situationships when people don't talk to each other and just tell them exactly what the problem is or exactly what the issue is. Because if you talk, you can't say that I didn't tell you and give a person a chance to try to fix whatever it is, if that's even the thing, because it may not even be something that needs to be fixed. It could just be that she need a break. And we did hear them say that she didn't want to be like her mom. So she didn't want the nannies and stuff like that. But for the sake of our relationship, maybe we need to compromise and you need to use nannies maybe once or twice a week while we go out on a date night. But if he knew that, then that could be a solution. But when you don't tell somebody something, how can you provide solutions? And then when they react and they're getting something, because we all know the old rule, 80-20 rule, when they're out there getting that 20% from somewhere, and I'm not saying that which Maduti is, because I don't know we don't know her fully. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when they're out there getting what they're missing from whatever you're not providing anymore, then you're upset because you didn't talk about it. I just feel like if people talk about stuff, you just lost shit.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Communication is always key. True indeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me read.
And they got enough money to make things a little bit easier.
A couple of days, you know what I'm saying? Like a couple of days, it's not gonna hurt her.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. Absolutely. Let me read these comments real quick. So, what up to 2111 Radio? Thank
What
you, bro,
up?
for tapping in. Make sure you guys are subscribed right here over on YouTube at 2111 Radio Show. They say, hey sis, I love this series. Just started watching it, and since you're covering it, salute. That's what's up. Hey, whatever it takes. That's our goal
Right.
to lead you guys to some great and entertaining content on BET Plus. And then stay tuned, listen, stay tuned review. If you gave that brother that Super Soaker 5,000 early on, he's gonna expect that action through and throughout. Put that brother on rations if you want to. He will have withdrawals like a crackhead. Patty G says yes, she could have used a different tone and talk out their issues. Cheating is wrong, regardless. Both wife and side chick lose out, and not wearing protection is wrong, wrong, wrong. I'm just saying that's
Oh,
facts, baby.
facts.
That is
Big
definitely
facts.
facts. Because not only can you
Mhm.
get pregnant, but you can get an STD. So you gotta
Yes.
Absolutely.
I like the show,
Mhm.
but the friend in prison yelling is annoying. Haha, PG. Listen, Patty, that's a cultural thing. Cause like me, I'm from Miami, and then I'm living in Georgia. We kind of talk a little louder than everybody else. They're actually in
I'm from Texas.
Miami.
And I be talking
So we yell a little bit. Now I don't know about
Yeah.
everything, but we talk a little loud, and it's killing me right now to talk in my inside voice. Sometimes be louder
Yeah.
than anything, but it can come off as annoying. But that's her character. And we talked about Toya a little bit earlier. Okay, y'all. So then we see, of course, they finally get their little moment in, but now she's trying to get him out of her system since she has found out that he got a wifey. So EJ, what were your thoughts? Because she's talking to people through the TV and she's meditating and doing everything, trying to, shake this man off. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work?
It depends on their connection. Once again, he didn't treat her like a side chick, therefore she doesn't perceive him the way like it. Because in all reality, if she was like a true side chick, I'd be like, girl, get the hell over it and move on, play your role, and let's not talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. But because Wayne didn't treat her like a side chick, therefore it's like she's going through a real breakup with a man that she cares about, and maybe even, I dare to say, maybe even loves. I mean, they fell for each other really, really hard, really, really quickly. You could tell they were spending a lot of time together. So I think it's going to be hard for Jazzy to get this man out of her system. At the end of the day, but I think that she was doing the right thing by trying to move on, by not talking to him, by not being in his space, because she knows that if she get in his space, the flesh is weak. Lord, the flesh is weak. It's weak.
Right. Listen. It's real quick. Is my mic coming through okay?
Oh, you're good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So there was something that this one particular lady on the screen, she was like, you control the narrative of your life. You control your emotions. When something in your life does not serve you, say thank you and release it. I was like, dang, that's kind of deep.
Release.
Hard as I don't know what to do, but that was kind of deep. I liked that. I'll probably write that quote down again somewhere.
I like that too. It's nice.
Right. So we'll see. We already know what is going to happen, but we'll see what Jazzy decides. So then again, now she's at the point where he's like, oh, meet me at such and such. So she begins, at first she's like, no, then she begins to prepare herself to actually go and meet him. So she got to go get the vaginal, she's got to go get wax, she got to do the facial waxing and all of that stuff, all to prepare. And she's, of course, I don't know, because I ain't never did it like that, but she was dramatic with the pain times 12, the way she brought the comic side out of it during this whole process.
Well, Tika, let me just give you my little 2 cents real quick on this part right here. Because I feel like if you trying to get this man out of your system, you know what I'm saying? Like, You should have left it bushy haired and everything. So that way you wouldn't even be tempted, because we know that she not gonna do nothing when she not feeling right. You know what I'm saying? Like
Correct.
it's like you were preparing, because you knew what was gonna happen when you got in front of him. You were preparing to accept his apology and preparing to move forward in whatever capacity, whatever that meant, after you got the explanation that you needed, as long as it was a good enough explanation for you. I was like, Jazzy girl, but I still like Jazzy. But we know what it really was. Like you weren't going there just to talk. You was going there for what happened.
Right. Right. No offense. It was no offense taken, Patty G. It's all love. People from the South talk loud, or where it just depends on where you from. You got that louder,
Oh, girl, because I be bringing my voice down all the time. Trust me, I am extremely loud. I'm from Texas too. Come on now. Loud and country too. East Texas and country loud. Girl, that's a mixture.
Right. So why she give herself this little pep talk? She kind of reminded me of another show we just watched, Emmett on The Shy. I know whatever. She's like, I'm this. If he says this, I'm gonna say this. Like, she was literally giving herself the whole pep talk, and I'm just rolling the entire time. And of course, we see she basically couldn't leave because he put a boot on her car. But then after all of that pep talk she did to herself, she ends up getting it in with him anyway. So, girl, we can be weak. Yes, Patty G. Yes, absolutely. We absolutely can be weak. Adoption inquiries as whose name is the house in. I don't know. I can't remember. I thought he said it was in her name, but I could be wrong. I would have to actually go back, and that's actually
I think didn't he say it was paid off?
He did say
didn't he say it was paid for?
He did say it was paid for sure. That part I do remember. I just don't remember if he even said whose name the house was in.
Yeah, I don't know if he ever said.
Okay, so then after the morning after, okay, what she talking about? First of all, she took a shot from this little concierge that he has in the house, but then she goes to the pharmacy and she goes to purchase after what, I don't even know what they call it. I'm so old till I don't even know. Morning after pill.
Morning after pill, yeah. Okay. A plan B.
Plan B, yeah. But then y'all, she runs.
I don't know nothing about that, y'all.
I don't either. Like I just don't. And no judgment to those of you that do. But she runs into the wife who's there to pick up a pregnancy test. So not only is she, she's a little emotional because I'm here picking up Plan Bs and she picking up pregnancy tests, like they're planning another future with another child and all this other stuff. So now she has some decisions to make. But when she gets out to the car, she makes a phone. Well, she receives a phone call, of course, from our girl Toya. And Toya's like, girl, don't take it yet. So because she's telling her she's driving a Rolls Royce and just giving her the whole deets. And everybody in prison at the phone is literally using Jazzy's life as entertainment.
Okay.
So then you guys, you got any comments on her running into the wife at the pharmacy, EJ?
Not really, because she did this to herself. She played herself. At the end of the day, if I'm just being serious, I mean, it's all fun and games for me because, I think the show is fun and funny. It's a really cute show. But if we just being 100% just real in this moment, she played herself, and this is something that she did to herself. And this is something that we hear so many times, because once she has officially found out that she is indeed a side piece, then what's like at this point, I can't be like, oh, even though I get it. And that's what I think is so crazy about this story, about the way that they do it, because you do find yourself rationalizing with Jazzy a lot. You find yourself rationalizing why she's doing it, why she continues to do it, why this happened. And you're like, oh, I get it. You know what? I understand. And so in this moment for me, I was just like, dang, girl, you played yourself, but I understand, but you played yourself.
Right. Yeah. I kind of I'm gonna be a little transparent. I don't care. It's old for me. My situation was old, but my thing was I was in a I ain't gonna say where I was at, but I was dating this person, and this person decided to get married while we were together. Now all this time I didn't know, but because I knew someone in a specific area that allowed me access to get proof or get the proof, because someone had kind of said, "Hey, I think you need to go check this out." Now I'm not one of them people that's like, "Oh, my man is perfect. My man ain't gonna do that. My man, I'm not that chick. I'm gonna go and investigate because from life's experiences, I've learned that every rumor has some shape, form, or fashion of truth in it. So I went, I found the proof that I needed, but because I was so literally caught up and wrapped up, it took me literally almost a year to literally break away from that person. I'm talking about heart, mind, body, and soul. It took me that much time. So I kind of can understand Jazzy's position right now. She's like, dang, what do I do? But the funny thing for Jazzy was like, girl, how you know you pregnant already? Like you that circle already, you literally just screwed the dude, and now you already plotting and thinking you're pregnant. Like really?
I think she trying to make sure that she not. Usually when you go get that plan B, you done raw dogged it up. Can I say that on YouTube? I done said it now. You done, done that, and you trying to make 100% sure you don't want no ifs, ands, buts about it. Just
Absolutely.
saying, speaking from a friend's perspective, not mine.
Oh my God, not the friend, that friend. How good.
Yes,
So then,
I'm friend.
then we move into season or episode 3, you guys, and it's entitled "A Love Poem." Listen, it was cute for a second with everything that he was doing, but I'm just like, bro, like I wanted to choke him, I wanted to choke her. But again, she starts this whole investigation. First of all, she sees them on the news and she's yelling, "You don't even wear condoms. How about making another baby?" Because the reporter was like, "You want to make more children," or blah blah blah. And she just going off at the screen. That is something that I would have done as well. So it's Jazzy's birthday. She goes out, she's trying to just maneuver through the streets, enjoy herself, and she runs into this fine dude. This is my thing. This is my question. When you're into it with someone, is it that hard to see a fine specimen standing in front of you?
Yeah, because Wayne is a fine specimen, and she want to be standing in front of that fine specimen that she already done took her for a ride. She already know. It's like a car. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes you just want to get in the car that you know. There's a rental car. You have to go get a rental car, right? And
Right.
it just don't drive the same. You like, I don't know. It just don't drive the same. But this other car, you know how it drives. You know how it works. If you speed up, when you hit the brake, like what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a little different.
Yeah. She wanna stick with the familiar. She doesn't really want to have to go through the process of starting all over. But yeah, she's not ready. She's not ready for that. I'm gonna get to your comment though, real quick. I'm definitely gonna get to that comment because that's a good one. Patty, the new ball guy gives me revs. Okay, we'll get to that one too.
Oh, him.
If y'all are just tapping in, please hit that like button. Push this thing out, as they say. Push it out to the algorithm so that we can, so everybody can join this caught up conversation. Because at the end of this, I got a story for you guys, and I just want y'all to. I'm telling you, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. Somebody sent in they caught up letter. That's all I'm saying. So,
Hey.
so again, we see that she's meeting all these different people. Different people are coming into her life. Now, this massage therapist, because at first I thought she was about to have a happy ending on this massage.
Me too, girl.
I was like, what? But it ended up he actually gave her some good effort, some good advice. He was saying, figure out a way to shift the energy back into your power, because she said that she had given him so much of her power. Yeah. So what were your thoughts on what he said to her? Me personally, I thought she needed to hear that. And she had to just figure out a way to do exactly what he was saying.
Oh, absolutely. I thought he gave her solid advice. I thought that it was what she needed to hear at the time, you know. Um, I like this dude, honestly. I like the fact that he wasn't trying to try anything. He was just trying to give her some real good advice. And I thought the advice that he gave her was like, shoot, basically, you'll see who you are to him if you tell him this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm typically not a person that like the whole game thing, but
Right.
I felt like that was a solid thing because you typically can kind of see how somebody's coming. You say that, and then people go one way or the other,
Right.
and then you know.
Right, for sure. And the information or what he was telling her was tell him you're pregnant and see how he reacts. And so, you know, that was again, I felt like just like he did, that was some very, very solid advice. But then, just as I stated earlier, it is her birthday, and we see that she has made her way to work, and her girls decide to throw her a little celebration, which I thought was super cute because sometimes when you go to work, people don't give a damn about you, won't celebrate you, won't motivate you, won't do nothing, just look at you in your face. So, Candy, were you here for the whole the party, the little celebration that the girls gave her at work?
Yes. Can y'all hear me? Is there any
Yes,
feedback?
perfect. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I was here for them doing that for her, but even though because I'm gonna say he forgot about her because he didn't
Yeah.
do anything for her, but I was happy they did something for her.
Right, right. Because it went like literally, she goes to work late at night. So it was literally a whole day where he did not text, did not call, did not say happy birthday. But we find out the reason he did none of it was because it was his own anniversary. It was him and his girlfriend's anniversary. So how convenient was it that her birthday was literally on their anniversary? So side chick, you gotta wait till the next day to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah,
So
felt bad for her for that about that.
right. So then this is another thing. EJ, you muted.
I've really been talking. My bad.
You said
I
what
said
now?
I didn't feel. I said I didn't feel bad for Jazzy about that part. She, you know, you a side chick down. Just play a side chick role. That's what we. That's what not we, not me. That's what they do. Wait a second. I like to talk in the party of us, and I gotta rewind that one. But that's what she needs to do at this point. But I did like how her girls came together. Even her girl that ain't her girl, I like her. She
Right,
want to be down so bad.
right. Right. She was the one I was just about to actually get to her. She actually brought Jazzy a large amount of cash. Now, I you know me, because watching Ruthless, it'll make you not trust everybody. So did she actually give that? She said she did take a little bit off the top because it was from from her table. It was a tip, and the people said to give it, but she took her cut off the top. But did she really get that off the table, or did she go and steal that from somebody's table and give it to Jazzy? I'm just like,
Now she took her over there to him, so I don't think she would have did that and then took her over there. That would
true,
have been crazy.
true.
But
Okay,
I like
okay,
her. She be trying hard, but still, you can tell she want to be part of the game. She really want to
right.
be a part of the game, but she just that annoying person that's just like, oh,
Yeah, she want to
Right.
be so bad.
oh,
But
happy
she,
early birthday to you. My daughter's birthday is also on the 24th as well, so happy birthday.
hey, okay. Well, she the story about and I forget her name. I apologize for that. But the story about this one particular coworker, she's like already rich. So she really is only working there to meet men, according to what Jazzy said about her. So I mean, she did, step up a little bit and give her that money. So I can't be mad at her for that. I can't be mad. She might get in a little bit with the friendship. We'll see how Jazzy treats it later on. Let me read this comment. This is a long one, but let me read this real quick from Patty G. over on Facebook. It messes with your mind when you find out you're a side piece. Men don't lie; they just tell you what they think you want to hear. Didn't matter how many times I asked, "Are you married in a relationship?" Then a few months later, I kept getting an unknown caller. Wow, caller called. Finally answered, and it was his sister-in-law. He was married and a baby on the way. Talked to the wife and assured her I didn't know because he assured me he was single. She called him on three-way and got mad at her and her husband. Caught up, y'all. Dang. Dudes don't be sharing. That was a real story. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, Patty G. Man, see, caught up for real. It's a real thing, and people don't really understand it. They don't really understand it.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we move forward and we see Jazzy making her way out to the parking lot. And of course, who is there? The one and only Wayne Wonder with his flowers and his cupcake. Now, would y'all have taken the cupcake or would y'all have and the flowers or would y'all have threw it in his face and be like kept moving?
Keep them flowers. Give me that cupcake because I like cake. I ain't wasting no cake. Keep them flowers though. They just gonna die.
Right.
Or be unalive. So sorry.
It's all good.
Mm-mm.
It's enough for me.
You're $2 short. No.
Right.
No. And
she gonna get a card though. She gonna get that letter. So I'm taking that letter because it's probably gonna be some money in there. I'm always thinking if you give me a card or something like that, it got some money in it. And yes, I'm taking the cupcake.
Yeah.
But see, even though she tried to, she tried to give him a little bit more of her time, and it got interrupted by the phone call from the fiance.
Mm-hmm.
So she literally wasted a good 7 minutes, wasting her time trying to talk to this man when literally at this point nothing is really changing.
Right.
Okay, y'all. So she was like, I'll go home with even this dude, the little nerd. I like me a nerd, but he was just a little too corny for me. He was like, I'll take you home. Like
why that shirt button all the way up to the top though? That's what
all the way.
Me. I'm like, bro, unbutton your shirt. Like just one button at least. Come on now.
Loosen up a little bit, cuz.
Okay,
right.
like your neck look tight. Like it's just like breathe.
Adoption inquiries said I would have taken some money and bought my own cupcake.
Yes, I need cake.
Right.
I'm taking the cake, especially if it's from my favorite cupcake place.
Yeah, she did say it was from her favorite spot.
I got a special relationship with cake, and I would have took that cake and the card. Keep the flowers.
Oh,
I'm out. Give me this cake and that card.
Well, we see that she did keep the card, and she didn't read it yet. She didn't read because he kept saying, "Read my poem," but she didn't read it just yet. So he pulls up on her in the street. Like, how do you even know where she at? I guess because her schedule, she studies yoga, so she said her schedule was predictable. So he pulled up on her after yoga. And she was like, F you, because, when she told him that she was basically pregnant, he was like, what? Huh? Went to stuttering. Like, so she listened to what the masseuse told her, and he literally did what the guy suggested that he might do, which was like question her. Then he had the audacity to say, are you sure it's mine? Like, for real? Like, you didn't know you was up in that like that. Come on now.
Raw dog. And listen, Tika. That was my moment when I was like, okay, Wayne, I can't even take up for you no more. Like, I can't even even have an inkling of like, can we just move on to the next? Can we just move on? You're doing too much.
He's doing too much.
We was done then.
That was disrespectful. In my opinion. That was disrespectful.
Like, why it always got to be an assumption that, like, why just because you're cheating, why you got to think that I'm sleeping with somebody else. Because honestly, I thought that we was together. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he told her. She said, do you have a boyfriend? And she said, no, I'm not with anybody. He said, you have a boyfriend now. So you basically told me that we was
Right.
together. So why you assume that I would go step out just because you stepped out? But that's normally how it works. People automatically assume that other people are doing the same thing that they doing just because they doing it. Like that was just it was highly disrespectful.
That was disrespectful.
Right. So we see her, and we're gonna be about 20 more minutes, y'all. Then we're gonna be out. But we see her finally go home. She finally decides to pop that the day after pill, the morning after pill, which seemed like it's 72 hours later that she finally decided to take the pill. So then we see him texting her again after she kind of like she's already solemn in a solemn mood, but he's like, Jazz, just read the letter. So she reads the letter. She finally opens the letter. It was a stack 5K, y'all. Man, this dude keeps dropping coins on her. And for her, I know it's not about the money, but 5K, please. If you want to drop 5K in my cash app, I will gladly take it.
Yes.
I'm just not gonna get the rest of me though. So anyway,
keep the card. Always keep the card. Always.
Okay, that part. Gotta keep the card. Got to keep the card. So the very last line of that card is, or that letter, that poem is, my favorite thing is to hold you. Or my favorite thing to hold is you. So now he has literally wrapped her around his fingers, toes, earlobe, everything at this moment. I'm just like, the games.
Mental.
At this point, before we get to the last season or last episode, do you guys think he's actually feeling her, regardless of what he said about the whole baby situation?
Honestly, I do. I think that the baby thing, I think that was a natural reaction for a cheater. Just keeping it real. I think that was a natural reaction for them. But at the same time, I honestly think that he is feeling her. I don't think he meant to feel her. But the problem now is that wifey is back to doing what wifey used to do. And now that complicates things because now you had a reason before, but now you don't have a reason. Now your reasoning is shot. And at this point, it's just, maybe it makes him feel a certain type of way now. You know what I'm saying? Like at first I don't feel bad because, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. You act like you don't even want me. So, and we got to keep in mind that these two are actually not married. So we also got to keep that in mind. They're not married. They are in a long-term relationship, but they are not married.
Common law marriage.
Right.
But they're not like legally married. So if he got up and left tomorrow, it is what it is. Or if she left tomorrow, whatever the case is. So I think that now that she's back to doing the things that she used to do, and now that she's back to her old self, you know what I'm saying? That now it complicates things even worse because he fell in. I don't know if he's in love with her. I feel like that's where they're leading us to. But I don't think I've ever heard the words come out of either of their mouth. Have they? I don't know. I don't remember. But I said all of that to say that I think that he does really have a thing for her. But now that thing is complicated because his wifey at home is now doing all the things that she used to do, and she's showing him all this love and attention. And now what the hell do he do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like now what?
Right.
So he caught up. Everybody caught up.
Candy, any final thoughts on this episode 3?
No. EJ said it well.
Right. All right. So then we move on to the final episode 4, entitled "Complicated." Of course, Jazzy is riding through the streets, and this is hilarious. Shout out, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. They do give him a little nod by giving us a character who portrays a Kevin Samuels like personality, where people call in on his show and they question him about being in relationships, and then they get mad when he gives them the answer that they don't want to hear. So I just wanted to I no comment on Kevin Samuels. He was a very controversial person, activist, YouTuber, whatever you want to call him. But some things were hit, some things were missed. That's all I'll say on it. So then we see her back at the club, and she meet a new bae, man. Already, this girl, it don't take her no time because literally it seems like dudes are literally drawn to her. Now, me personally, I don't really care about Lil Smoke like that. But because he's all, even though I got tattoos, he's all tattooed and all that stuff. But he basically debos her into getting the phone number, getting her to go out on the first date already, because you don't tell Lil Smoke no. EJ, what were your thoughts on Lil Smoke?
I said Lil Smoke was giving all sorts of red flags. Like Lil Smoke I would have never went out with Lil Smoke. I would have had to what you say, do not pass go, do not collect, for $200, all of that. I would have just said forget it. But he was just giving all sorts of red flags. But what was funny is that in this particular part, but later I would kind of be like, I was like on the fence about Lil Smoke just a little bit, because this first part, I'm like, that's too aggressive.
Right.
But he was, he bald headed and he balding and he a little cutie. He a little cutie.
Candy, what were your thoughts? I know you had something to say about Lil Smoke. No.
Hell no. You got all them tattoos on your forehead, like.
He could put a hat over that. Stop playing, Candy.
No, here, like, no, pull up him. It was like down. That's a no. Like, I don't know. No, the answer is no. I have tattoos as well, and my husband has tattoos. However, our tattoos are nothing like Lil Smoke. No judgment. People like what they like. However, that's not for me.
Right.
It's a big no for me, dog. But
yeah,
he was aggressive with his actions towards her. Not in a negative, mean way, but he was bullying. He was aggressive. He was just
right.
He wouldn't take no for an answer. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'll go out with you. All right.
Right.
Then I would have changed my number.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then she would have had to quit her job too, though, because he know where she worked at. That's a problem. Okay, never mind.
I'd have to get another job.
Right. So, adoption inquiry said, first let me get back to the other one. He reminds me of Q from Moesha. I can see it. I can definitely see it. And I don't know about him. He screams red flags. Absolutely. And Patty G says, no one says no. I would have said, well, I am, and walked away. That part, for sure. Definitely would have walked away. It just would have been what it was, But then we see this dude, he's sulking and upset and emotional and hasn't taken a bath and smelling, and here come the cousin. It's like, I thought she was, what's up with you? You got to go to this event. We're supposed to be feeding the homeless or whatever the case may be. And you're here in the bed. And he's like, Wayne is like, man, just go take my place for me. I can't do it. He was like, well, what is wrong with you? And then he says, Jazzy might be pregnant. Jazzy says she's pregnant. And he was like, man, just go tell her she got to get rid of it. Like, is this whole thing like a culture? Is this in the NFL because he's a football player? Is this supposed to be like this is the cheat culture? This is what you do. This is how you handle everything. I'm like, cousin, go away.
And it is like natural, from the shows that we watch, the movies that we watch. That's like always the go-to. Tell her get rid of it. Like, all right, how much we got to pay her to get rid of it? That's just
when people have money, I think that's what is more so about. I think it's the fact that you have this money, and money is supposed to be able to pretty much buy you anything, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody has a price, everybody has a number to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? But if you're thinking like never mind, I'm gonna say if you're thinking like a true gold digger, you'll know that if you keep that baby, you're gonna get more. But I'm just saying
for life.
But anyway, Keep going.
Right. So we see, even though she's trying to get him out of her system, she literally sees him everywhere. But then she receives a phone call from Cue Ball right here, Lil Smoke, and she says, "Who's Terrence?" So I guess that's how she kind of drew him in even more. The fact that she was calling him by his real name, his government name, and of course he's like, "Man, chill on my government name." But he likes it. He likes that she's calling him that, even though he's acting. So then, of course, they go out 1 or 2 dates. I'm moving up, moving fast. They're going out on 1 or 2 dates, and they kind of bond. They actually connect. She finds out he's not what he looks like. Like there's actually more to him, and she just gets really comfortable. He even gave her later on. He gives her a gift. So then we see, like you talked about earlier, EJ, where she finally is doing wifey, girly, girlfriendy, fiance, is finally doing things that basically to keep her man. But then she tells him that she's pregnant. And he's like, what? Like what? So he basically gave her the same reaction that he gave Jazzy, thinking, dang, I'm about to have 2 babies at one time.
Yep. But he tried not to let it show. That was for sure. I was like, bro, don't let it show because you can't give no bad reaction to her. That's totally different.
Exactly.
So he tried to hold it in though, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly what was going through his mind. It's like there is no way that both of them can be knocked up at the same exact time. Like that's just not gonna work for him. So that was kind of
yeah. Right. That's a bit much. That's a big pill to swallow.
Okay.
And they from 2 different pots.
Yep. So then we see Jazzy, she's back at home, she's doing her little morning ritual, making her little smoothie. And of course, we get a phone call from our girl, Toya. Okay. Toya's like, well, did you take the pill? Toya is just animated. Again, I could talk about Toya all day long. But she's like, yeah, because I can't see you I can't be hanging out with no pregnant pea. Men love the pregnant pea, just doing it. She just going in. But why Toya get locked up in solitary confinement for being somebody for fighting or for fighting somebody over her honey bun cake?
Okay. That was funny. I said honey bun cake. Oh. But when she explained what it was, I said, oh, maybe. I'm not really a big honey bun fan, but I was like, maybe.
I understand.
Right. So then we see Wayne. He's confiding in another friend. Again, this is like this whole cheating culture where dude is like, oh, my side chick, she almost had to get rid of her. She got, she kind of pulled off on me. Like I was like, seriously, like this is really, really a culture. This seems to be because they're talking about this way too well. But at this point, he's basically saying that you're not supposed to catch feelings with these side chicks. But unfortunately, Wayne apparently has caught some shape, form, or fashion of some feelings. So y'all, then we finally get to see Toya. We get to see Jazzy and Lil Smoke again. They're on their final date. He gives her this nice little charm bracelet with a heart. He's a smooth talker. I'll give that much to him. But then they're in the motion, about to get the ocean in the motion going, and she gets a knock at the door. Not just a regular knock, but a boom, boom, boom. And of course, it's y'all boy Wayne at the door. Bye, Wayne. Like, go away. Like, let the girl have a life.
Busy. I did want to go back 1 second when you were talking about, oh boy, you fine. I understand we're working against the time here. But when you were talking right there, when you were talking about him, and I think it's really important that we say exactly what Wayne said, because this is the moment that we find out that Wayne never treated her like a side chick, and he acknowledges that and recognizes that this is why he in this situation, because he's talking like a true, like he got a true side piece, and like he treat them like side chicks, and they know who they are and they know who their role is, because he's telling him like she's supposed to play her role, but he's like, I never treated her like a side chick, and therein lies the problem. which has
Right.
been the problem from the jump. Is that you never treated her like a side chick, therefore she's not a side chick. Like she literally is somebody that you fell for, and now you know what I'm saying? Like you really can't even. I don't even feel comfortable calling her a side chick anymore. Well, now, but you know what I'm saying? When the revelation comes out that I didn't treat her like a side chick, I treated her like she was the chick, like she was the main chick.
The main
You can't
chick.
be mad at Jazzy for that because she was playing her role. That was her role. She thought she was the main chick. It's sad.
Right. Final thoughts on that, Candy?
I agree. Yeah, he never treated her as such. He always treated her like she was the one, not, a number of women. Well, one of many women. So, that was on him for doing that, as well as not protection and getting caught up in a bad situation. But I wish they would have, protected themselves where she didn't have to take the morning after pill. I wonder did that pill work? Because like Tika said, that was a long time after she took it. I wonder did it latch on and do its job? Like, could she
It got a time frame on it, y'all.
I know it does have a time frame on it, but when did she take it? Like, was it day 2, 3? Because it seemed like a while before she took it because she was trying to figure out if she wanted to do it or not. I can't believe she contemplated in keeping the baby. Well, she wouldn't even. Well, did she didn't know she was pregnant or not because she never
didn't know. She just knew that,
and she knew the wife was the girlfriend was expecting, or the fiance was expecting. So in her mind, well, I'm pregnant too. But I wish she would not have went that route with him because it could have stayed cool, solid versus, sometimes you can't just do stuff like that with people. You can't just tell them anything to see how they're going to react. And then when they react a certain way, you upset because for one, you're lying.
Right.
I don't like when people do stuff like that. Just be genuine and keep everything straight and platonic where you don't have to do that, where you don't have to lie about being pregnant. Like, what good is that going to do? Just to see how he's going to react. Well, you saw how he reacted. Now what?
Right.
It caused him to react and treat the way he's treating you because, for one, you lied to him. You didn't have to lie. He doesn't know you lied, but you shouldn't have done that. Like that was unnecessary drama. Unnecessary conflict. That was just unnecessary to me.
But I think, and I get what you're saying, but I think that it was necessary for her to move on. She needed to know how he would truly feel if it was the case. I understand that it was a lie and that she didn't know, because technically we can't say it's a lie. We just say that she don't know 100%.
True, right.
But at the same time, by her saying this, because he came there to say something else. And so why should that change what you were about to say just because I said this? You know what I'm saying? Like that goes to the character and the nature of who you are. Like, so what is this for you? And maybe he just reacted. I don't know, because there's a part of me that thinks that Wayne truly loves her and cares about her. But there's also a part of me that Wayne definitely didn't want no kid, and that Wayne is going to pick his current situation. That he's not walking away from that ever. I don't think that he's going to, unless he's forced to. But I don't think he's going to walk away from that.
Right. And her baby, but I just hate I just hate she did that. That was just unnecessary to me that she did that. No, because he's going to react the way he's going to react because y'all not together. So why bring that extra tension into y'all relationship? Like y'all supposed to be.
But what if he had said, yeah, though? If he had said, like, if he was happy, then she would have known that maybe he really loves me. I think that was the hope. I think that's why the masseuse tells her that is like, if he says yes, like if he's happy, then you know that he really down with you. But if he say, or he starts stuttering, or he do anything else, then you know that maybe this ain't the one. And I think that was the push she needed. When she did that, she was ready to move on with little Smokey. Little Smoke.
Right.
That's what I think. That's why I think it was necessary, because I think she would have kept holding on to Wayne. Like she would have kept wanting to be there, kept wanting whatever it was that they had. I think this allowed her to be like, okay, let me just move on. Even though I just wish she would move on regardless, but I get it. it's just this thing, like you just get it, but at the same time, you just, I don't know. It's so hard. It's like she said, love is hard.
Well, y'all, that was the end of episode 4. We don't know what's going to happen next because they have yet to give us a brand new episode, but I am hoping that they will give us a little bit more caught up because this is actually a very good series. Now, I posted everywhere, Facebook, IG, YouTube, everywhere, and asked people to send me their caught up moment. Well, I received a few doozies in my email. I had to record it because just trying to copy and paste was too much. But I recorded it. I'm gonna let you guys listen to it. It's a little lengthy, but just listen to it, and then we'll talk real quickly about it, okay? Because people was sending me some reckless stuff. That's all I'm saying. This one was so good that I'm gonna have to do another caught up at some point to read the next portion of this caught up moment. But here you go, y'all. Let's see.
Okay.
Squad. This is my caught up moment by Mr. Anonymous. All right, y'all, let's dive into it. Young varsity high school basketball player graduated high school and all of a sudden gets approached by a hot cheerleader. She expresses she always wanted him but didn't want to make a move until high school was over, so no word would get back in school from gossip. Smart move, and he was with it. They smashed in the back seat of his car, so it's hot and steamy. Her footprint was left on the back window of the car. She invites him over to the house. Her mom is home, so he quietly sneaks in her window. Adrenaline rushing, they passionately kiss and start smashing on her bed. It's a squeaky, noisy bed, so he said, "Let's get on the floor." As they are smashing on the floor, she is moaning so much and loud, he tries to cover her mouth. The room is dark and he's on top. All of a sudden, her bedroom door opens up slowly and the light from the hallway shines on his backside and her face. They pause and her mom says, "What are you doing?" As she looked at the back of his ASS behind, LOL, because I'm laughing too. The girl says nothing. The mom says, okay, get up, and closes the door. He quickly puts his shorts on, grabs his shirt, kisses her quickly, then halfway out the window. The mom slowly opens up the door again. He jumps out the window, which is on the first floor, and does the happy laughing run of shame to his car parked not far from her house. Oh my God, caught up in the act of smashing. Listen,
Caught up. Hey.
Okay, caught up. Like you can't be smashing people and then hopping out windows. Anyway, you guys, if y'all would like to submit your caught up moment, make sure you send it to Ruthless Fans Facebook or at Ruthless Fans FB at gmail.com. Okay. I got quite a few different stories that may come a little later. But yeah, don't be having out people windows.
We should do a whole series. We should do a whole thing about that and get everybody to send in what you do. That would be so dope. I'm gonna send mine in anonymous to you from a friend of mine, not mine, but from a friend of a friend. I'm gonna send it.
Yeah.
To the. Gotcha.
Yeah. Listen, y'all. This has been fun. I was okay with reading or talking about my little caught up moment. It is what it is. Things do happen. With that being said, Candy Love, tell people what you got coming up next.
I do have Zatima coming up next with EJ and Tamika. Look, I done bogarted my today. Which is Tuesday, I think at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, just jumping in, Not sure when I might do it next Saturday, which is my dad's birthday. We're having a car show parade. So I might and then to start my channel. I think.
We're gonna hold you to that because we're accountable friends up in here.
Right.
How accountable? You gonna hold me like 100% account?
Okay.
100%. I will blow your phone up.
Yeah, I got the number. So.
Sure will.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Okay,
you waiting on me?
EJ?
Yes. So of course, as Miss Candy Love said, we do have Zatima, the live conversation is going to be coming up on Tuesday at 9:00. And then on Monday, the Shy and Power, we're doing back to back. That is going to be with myself, Tamika, Dan, and Lucilla. We'll be doing that. And then on Thursday, we have movie night with the ladies. So definitely check that out. We're doing the part 2 of the Bobby Brown story this week, y'all. Bobby Brown is a mess, y'all. But we're doing part 2 of that. And then I just put up several videos. So I just put up the Shy video, my quick thoughts on that. I put my quick thoughts on Zatima. And I also did a quick thoughts on Caught Up. And then I have my Power quick thoughts coming up as well. So that's about it.
Okay. That's what's up. We will make sure that we are tapped in and tuned in to all of these. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in with us, hanging out with us. I know it's late for a lot of people. With Caught Up, for your girl Tika Deshawn, All Things Ruthless. I have, let's see, I don't know. I got a few things coming up. Oh, the Shy and Force with Vacay J will be going live on Monday. Then we've done like some quick reactions, literally up after midnight, talking about Power Book Force. So I think he's going to do that again. Again, y'all, I've been kind of laid back on a lot of my stuff, but I do have my Zatima episode, my recap that is up that you guys can go and check out now. And then if y'all want to see more about All Things Ruthless, just tap the notification bell or just go ahead over there to the channel. Just browse through all my old videos, all my old content, and check that out as well. That's about it. Again, this has been fun. I like reading people being caught up. So if you feel like telling us your business, hit us up, ruthlessfansfb@gmail.com. Thank you, Patty G, for coming through. Thank you for switching over to Facebook. We appreciate you. Thank you, Adoption Inquiries for coming through. Thank you, Miss Kira, for coming through. Thank you, Vacay J, for coming through. And y'all was in here though. Y'all was in here. So thank you, Renee Beckham and 2111 Radio. That's my show. That's my friend, my partner over there. Y'all make sure y'all tap in 2111 Radio right here on YouTube. And I got to see what Stay Tuned Reviews got going on because they be coming through with the craziest comments. So I'll make sure I subscribe to that channel as well. That's about it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and tapping in. And y'all already know, don't get caught up, okay?